Forever, my girl. Every morning at exactly 6:15, Liam would sit at the same waiting shed beside the old highway in their small town. Rain or shine, he stayed there with a cup of cheap coffee in one hand and his worn out guitar beside him. People thought he was crazy. Some pitied him. Some laughed at him. Because for 5 years he kept coming back to the same place like he was waiting for a ghost. But Liam didn't care. Because 5 years ago, Sophia stood in front of him at that same waiting shed with tears in her eyes and a suitcase in her hand. I'll come back, she promised softly. Wait for me. Back then, they were only 17, young enough to believe love could survive anything. Sophia dreamed of becoming a doctor someday. Liam dreamed of becoming a musician whose songs would be heard around the world. They spent nights lying on rooftops, counting stars, talking about the future like life would always stay simple. But life had different plans. Sophia moved to Manila for college, while Liam stayed in their province to help his mother run their small eatery. At first, everything felt fine. They called every night. They watched sunsets together through video calls. Liam would sing songs for her whenever she felt stressed from studying, and Sophia would stay awake just to listen. But slowly, things changed. Sophia became busier. Her replies became shorter. Their calls became rarer, until one day, nothing. No calls, no messages, no explanation, just silence. Liam spent months trying to contact her. He sent messages every birthday, every Christmas, every New Year, but none of them were answered. People told him to move on, and honestly, he tried. He played music in bars at night. Sometimes tourists would compliment his songs. Some even told him he could make it big someday. But every love song he wrote somehow still sounded like Sophia. Every lyric carried her name, even when he tried to hide it. Years passed. His friends graduated. Some got married. Some left town. But Liam stayed. Every morning, he returned to the waiting shed. Not because he was sure she would come back, but because a part of him still hoped she would. Then one rainy afternoon, while Liam quietly played his guitar under the shed roof, he heard footsteps behind him. You still drink that terrible coffee? His fingers stopped moving instantly. That voice. Slowly, Liam turned around, and there she was, Sophia, standing in front of him, wearing a white coat, rain dripping from her hair, her eyes filled with tears. For a second, Liam forgot how to breathe. You came back, he whispered. Sophia gave a small, shaky smile. I told you I would. Liam stared at her, like she might disappear again if he blinked too hard. She looked older now, more tired, but still beautiful in the same way she always was. And suddenly, all the pain he buried for years came rushing back. Why? He asked quietly. Sophia lowered her eyes. My father got sick after I moved to Manila, she said. Really sick. I had to study while working at the hospital. Some nights I didn't even sleep. Then my mother got into debt because of the hospital bills. Her voice shook. I wanted to message you so many times, Liam, but every time I tried, I felt guilty because I knew I couldn't give you the love and attention you deserved anymore. Liam clenched his jaw. You could have at least told me. A tear rolled down Sophia's cheek. I know, she whispered, and I'm sorry. Rain poured heavily around them while silence filled the air. For years, Liam imagined this moment. He imagined himself getting angry, walking away, pretending he no longer cared. But standing there in front of her, he realized something painful. A part of him never stopped loving her. Sophia slowly reached into her bag and pulled out something old and folded carefully inside plastic. A tiny paper crane. Liam's eyes widened. It was the same paper crane he made for her before she left. You kept it? He asked softly. Sophia nodded while crying. Whenever life became too hard, I looked at this and remembered why I needed to keep going. She smiled weakly. You were my home, Liam, even from far away. Liam looked down, trying to stop his tears. You really never forgot me. Never. The word broke him completely, because for 5 years Liam thought he was the only one hurting, the only one holding on. But she had been carrying the same pain too. Sophia stepped closer, carefully. I know I don't deserve another chance, she whispered, but if there's still a small part of your heart that remembers us, maybe we can start again. Liam laughed softly through tears. You know what's funny? What? I hated this waiting shed. Sophia looked confused. Why? Because every day I sat here hoping you'd come back, and every day you didn't. It hurt all over again. Sophia's eyes filled with guilt. But somehow, Liam continued, I still came back.